Right, again, good evening all. Right, so as you know, I'm Madhusanga Vijayawardhan. Right, so I'm doing and I'm conducting totally only English medium mathematics classes for grade 8 to 11 students. Right, so and most of the important thing is, so I hope you got the paper with you. Right, so I'm going to do the full discussion on this. Right, full discussion on this. So if I want, I can discuss this paper within 1.5 hours. Right? If I want, I can discuss this paper within 1.5 hours. Just take the question and I can discuss only the question. Right? The theory parts related only for the question. Right? So I think that is not needed. So I am going to cover all the things, all the theory parts related to question. Right? So that is how we are going to do a discussion. Right? That is how we are going to do a full discussion. Okay. So sometimes you might have gone some paper classes, but this is different than that. Make a product mix. I think most of the students are here is uh, our Muslim friends, right? When it compares to the single, right? So that's good. That's a great start. So let's do it, right? So at the end of the class, please give me a heads up on about the paper class, right? How am I doing the paper class and what are the things that you get, right? I hope you will feel the difference in my paper class and when it compares to another paper class, right? Okay, so first of all, first question, rounding now, right? Rounding. So how to do the rounding of part, right? That is the important question, right? Very easy, right? First of all, this is our paper number one. Paper number one, part one. Paper number one, part one. Okay, number one, right? So here, what we want to do is round up, right? Right? Round up, rounding, right? So what is the round up? 2.716, right? 2.716 to the nearest first decimal point. First decimal place, right? So now you know in 2.716, right? How many decimal places are there? Three, right? This one, this one, this one. Three decimal places. What is the decimal place that you need to round it for? First decimal place, right? First decimal place, right? So you need to round it for this part. There are three decimal places. There are three decimal places. Actually, if you are rounding off it to the first decimal place, we do not need the last decimal place. Right? We can ignore it. We need only the second decimal place. Right? We need only the second decimal place. Right? So we are going to round this to the nearest. Right? We are going to round this second decimal place. And we are going to move this second decimal place. We are going to eliminate. Right? Now think of this 2.7168. There are four decimal places. Right? Four decimal places. In exam, they are asking from you round it off to second decimal, round it off to second decimal place. Right? We only need to care about third decimal place. Right? We are going to consider this. We are going to eliminate this. We don't need fourth one. Right? Right? So this now this one 2.716812345. In the exam, they are asking from you to round this value to the third decimal point. Third decimal point, right? You are going to consider up to fourth decimal point. Fourth one. You are going to eliminate four. So these things are not needed. And we are not going to care about these rest of the thing. We only need, if you are going to round it off for third decimal place, you are going to eliminate the fourth place. We do not need other things. We do not need other things, right? By using same thing, we are going to round it off, right? To the first decimal place. So first decimal place is this, right? We don't need to care about 6 because this is second decimal place, this is third thing, right? We don't need to care about 6 part, right? This is already been eliminated. We are going to care about this number 1, right? This value, number 1. Now, what you are going to think of, right? This is number 1, and you are going to compare it with number 5, whether it is greater than 5 or less than 5. This is less than 5. If it is less than 5, you may replace this number 1 with 0. Right? Replace with number 0. So, your answer would be 2.70. But we are not going to put 0 here. After the decimal place, after the number, no 0 can be put, right? You can put, but there is no value after a certain value, right? So your answer should be, but, right? For example, you had 2.765. In the exam, they might ask, round it off to the second decimal place. Sorry, first decimal place. Right? First decimal place. This is a different question. First decimal place. Right? There are second decimal place and third decimal place. Right? Second decimal place and third decimal place. But you are going to care about the second decimal place. This one. And you are going to remove this 6. We don't need to care about third decimal place. We don't need to care about the third decimal place. Correct? If this is 6, no 6 now, right? If this is 6, right? So you are going to compare this 6 with 5. Now you see this 6 is greater than 5. If it is greater than 5, right? This 6 is greater than 5. Then you are going to add 1 to your left hand side decimal place. That is your first decimal place. So finally, when you are rounding it off, the answer would be 2.7, not 2.7, but you are adding 1 because this decimal place is greater than 5. 7 plus 1, 8. 2.8 should be the answer for the first decimal place, if it is like this. But in this case, under this question, your answer is 2.7 because the second decimal place is less than 5. So you should replace it with 0, or you can completely eliminate 1, right? Doesn't matter, right? So that's the thing. That is the full question, right? You need to understand full theory part. You need to understand when you are dealing with the scientific notation or rounding of part. Correct? Right. So this is it. Right. So they make you one of the right? This is how I am going to do the rest of the questions as well. Sometimes I might not be able to cover the full question paper, right? But this paper class will continue up to your third term exam, free of charge. Right? I am not going to take any money from you, right? So this is full free of charge, and I am not going to discuss 100 papers within that 6 months. and 6 months or 5 months. I'm not going to discuss 100 papers. I will discuss like 6 to 7 papers, right? With the full discussion, right? You will gain the knowledge of 100 papers if you do 6 or 7 papers or 7 or 8 papers with me, right? So I am assuring that, right? Uh, so I think you will be able to get the full knowledge of the theory class as well, right? I will cover all the things. Now, this is the first question, right? I have done how to round off to the first decimal place only, but I have given you, right, another extra example, right? And I have explained the background thing as well. Okay? All the theory parts has been covered. Now, this is the full rounding of lesson, right? So this is what you need to expect from this full paper discussion class. Okay, again, important point you must write up if anything is missing, right, from your knowledge. Please write it. Take a note, right? Take a note. Right. Okay. Second one. Convert 2.3 multiplied by 10 to the power minus multiplied by 10 to the power minus 1 to the general form. What is the general form? Do you know what is the general form? General form means the way that we are going to count or we are using in our day-to-day life, right? And now this method is used by scientists, right? In the science part, right? When it comes to science and all the things, right? If you are doing like chemistry, physics, right? Combined maths, right? So on and so forth. You will use this notation in A levels, and after that, when you go to the university, you will use this notation. If you want to be a scientist, if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be an engineer, you will use this method. But in day-to-day life, are we going to use this? No. This is called scientific notation, right? This is the way we are going to present it in scientific way. Scientific notation. Right? Scientific notation. And I am going to convert it into general form. General form. Right? So for an example, general form is like 23, right? 2051, right? 20,051, so on and so forth. Right? What I do there? Okay. So it's mute. Right. Okay. So scientific notation is this one, right? When it comes to scientific notation, right, we are going to present our general notation, right? This is called the general form, and we are going to represent these numbers in the scientific way when it comes to the scientist part. Right? So now we are going to do the vice versa. So this one, scientific notation into the general form, right? General form. General form. So how are you going to convert? How are you going to convert? Right? So here you have 2.3. Here you have multiplied by 10 to the power minus 5. 10 to the power minus. How we are going to convert 10 to the power minus 1, right? That is a negative power. Here you can see a negative power. Can anyone tell me how to convert a negative power into a positive power by using the laws of indices knowledge? How we are going to convert it? Can anyone tell me? How we are going to convert 10 to the power minus 1? This is a negative power, right? Negative power, right? How to convert 10 to the power minus 1 into a positive power? Can anyone tell me? How can anyone tell me how to convert? Right? Byron never please talk. Byron never. How to convert 10 to the power minus 1 by using the laws of indices knowledge into a positive power. Into a positive power. Can anyone tell me? No? I'm going to the right. So, right? There is a law in laws of indices lesson. It is something like this. If you have n to the power n, now m to the power n, this is the base, m is the base, n is the power, n is the power. Right? So this is the positive power. You can convert that positive power into a negative power as well. How? By taking the reciprocal of that. So m to the power n equals 1 over n to the power n. But this is not positive, it becomes negative. So same thing we can do. So when we are having m to the power minus n as well. So these are very important things from your indices lesson. Right? M to the power minus n. If someone asks from you, madam, how to convert that m to the power minus n into positive power? So this is m to the power minus, that is the negative power. Negative power. How to convert that negative power into a positive power? Get the reciprocal. 1 over m to the power n. So this is how we are going to convert positive power into negative power into positive power. And you can do the vice versa thing as well. You can do it to this side and other way around. And this side backward, right? Forward, backward. Both of them are correct, right? Both of them are correct. So these things are very important. Please take a note. If you want, please take a note. Right? We are doing the scientific notation part, right? Scientific notation part, but very important to know this part as well. If you want to be a real product in mathematics, right? Real verdict in mathematics, right? So now you know 10 to the power minus 1. You are going to make sure that 10 to the power minus 1, right? By using this method. Now I'm going to convert it into positive power. I'm going to take this, right? Reciprocal of 10 to the power minus 1. Reciprocal of 10 to the power minus 1. 1 upon 10. Am I going to put 10 to the power 1 here? No. Right? Positive power 1. This is 1. Right? So no need to mention power 1. Right? We are not going to neutrally, normally we are not going to mention the power 1 t. Right? So we can neutrally keep it like this 1 over t. Right? Right. So what is this? Very basically, you have to do 2.3 divided by 10. 2.3 divided by 10. Right? 2.3 divided by 10. I think you know how to divide 2.3 by 10. Right? And there is a long division method and there is a shortcut as well. Right? So if you divide this by 10, this decimal point will jump one time to your left hand side because 10 has only one zeros. So your answer will be 0.23. Or you know, right? So 2.3, right? Divide by 10. This is the long division method so that you can obtain this answer. Right? 2.3 divided by 10. 2.3 divided by 10. This is the answer. Right? This is the long division method. Right? Long division method. Right? And shortcut, right? Short method is 2.3 is here. You are going to divide it by 10. Right? Divide it by 10. Divide by 10 means you are going to jump your decimal point. You are going to jump your decimal point to your left hand side. Right? You are going to jump your decimal point to left hand side. Why is that? What is the reason? Because you are going to divide it. Right? If you are dividing, your decimal point jumps to left. How many times? You are going to divide it by 10. 10. How many zeros are there for 10? How many zeros? Only one. So you are going to jump only one time to your left hand side. 0.23. Right? So by using this method and this method, you can obtain the same answer 0.23. Right? So this is the general form. So this is what we are calling the general form. Right? So these things are methods. Huh? Don't need to mention these things. These are rough things. You can calculate it later, final, right? No need to write the general form as well. We have young form. These things are for your knowledge, and this one as well for your knowledge only. Right? These are the steps that you need to follow to get the final answer. Right? Okay. Third one. Find the general term of the number pair 5, 8, 11, 14. 5, 8, 11, 14, right? Right. So what you need to understand here is, right? What is the meaning of this dot dot dot? Actually, you need to put 1, 2, 3 dots. Right? Only 3 dots need to be put at the end. That means this number pattern continues up to infinity. This number pattern continues up to infinity. Right? Up to infinity. This number pattern continues up to infinity. This is the meaning of these 3 dots. Right? And each and every term should be separated by using a comma. Separated by using a comma. That is an important fact in number patterns. Right? If you want to find the general, right? General. Right? General. We are going to put a notation. Right? We are going to put a notation. Right? So before that, we are calling it nth term. Sometimes in the exam they might ask find the nth term. Sometimes they might ask from you find the general term. Sometimes they might ask find Tn. Tn means nth term or term n. Term n, nth term, nth term, general term. All of these things are same. So whatever they ask, this refers to the same. General term, Tn, nth term, term n, whatever the name. So this is your number pattern that they have given. How to find the general term? Right. So look at it. Right. So I will tell you something first before finding the general term. Right. How to find the general term of Tn of multiples of 2. What is the general term of multiples of 2? Can anyone tell me? What is the general multiples of 2? What is the general term? Oh, at least put a message so that you can put a message. Right? Some of you are engaging. Right? Right? Can you put? No? No? Don't know? Right? What is the general term of multiples of 2? 2n, right? These are additional things, right? So multiples of, let's say, general term of multiples of 3, multiples of 3, 3. So multiples of 2, 2 times n. Multiples of 3, 3 times n. Multiples of 4, right? Multiples of, let's say, multiples of 21. Multiples of 21, right? How to find the general term? Very easy. Right? You need to understand the pattern. Multiples of 21, right? 21 times n. Right? So these are the general terms, right? Very easily you can find it out. So in the exam, they ask from you, write down the general term of multiples of 2. Or they might ask multiples of 2 is even number pattern. They might ask from you, write the general term of even number pattern starting from 0. 2 times n. They might ask from you, write the general term of multiples of 3 starting from 0. 3n. Write the general term, the multiples of 21 starting from 0. 21 times n. Keep that in your mind. Keep that in your mind. Right? So we are going to use one of these here. Right. So first of all, we need to find common difference. Normally we are telling CD. Yes. Common difference. So you can refer CD. Common difference. Common difference. Right. How to find the common difference? So you need to choose 2 terms. You need to choose 2 terms. Right. So except the first term. Right. You need to choose as the first term here. You are going to get the subtraction of 2 terms. The first term should be, right, except first term here, right? This value should be any term except first term. So I will choose 11, right? 11. And the subtract, then you need to choose the previous term. If I choose 11, the previous term is 8. So I will place 8. 11 minus 8, 3. Right? 11 minus 8, 3. Okay? Right. Great. So we need this to find the general term. Now, if the common difference is 3, you need to remember at once, right? Once you need to remember, right? Common difference is 3, so that I need to use multiples of 3. Multiples of 3. So the general term should be included in part because we are using the multiples of 3. If we are using multiples of 3, we need to include this part as well to our total general term in this number pattern because multiples of 3 included to this. Right. Look at it. Right now, I am going to write my original number pattern again. Right? Original number pattern again. 5, 8, 11, 14, blah blah blah. Now here you have 3, right? Here you have 3. So you need to use multiples of 3. So I am going to use multiples of 3 here. Multiples of 3 means 3n. 3n means 3 times n. That means our general term of multiples of 3 because of this. So I am going to show this to you. This is the way you are going to show. Right? No need to put arrows. This arrow is for your knowledge. I am taking this here. 3n. Right now I am going to write multiples of 3. 3 times 1, 3. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 3, 9. 3 times 4, 12. Right? Comma. Right? Okay. Now what you are going to do is, now we are going to check how to obtain. This is the first term of the number pattern. This is the second term of the number pattern. This is the third term of your original number pattern. This is the fourth term of your original number pattern. Right? This is what you have obtained as multiples of 3 because the common difference is 3. 3 times 1, 3. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 3, 9. 3 times 4, 12. Right? So now we are going to obtain this first term of our number pattern by using the 3. By using 3, how am I going to obtain 5? What is missing? Do I need to add or do I need to subtract? You need to think. If I add 2, right? If I add number 2 to this first term, I can obtain 5. Right? Add 2. So that 3 plus 2 is 5. Right? 3 plus 2 is 5. Right? So same as that, by using number 6, that is our second term, by using number 6, how am I going to obtain 8? How am I going to obtain 8? Again, I have to add 2, right? 6 plus 2, 8. Okay, perfect. Here, 9 plus 2, 11. Perfect. 12 plus 2, 14. Wow, nice. So, if I add this 2, right, and this 2, right, that is a constant. We are going to add 2, each and every multiple of 3. Right? 3 plus 2, 5, 6 plus 2, 8, 9 plus 2, 11, 12 plus 2, 14, blah, 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 continue. So, you by using these two, right, this term and this term, this term and this term, this term and this term, you can write the general term. Right? General term refers to TN. Right? So, this 3, 6, 9, 12 is called our multiples of 3. That is the first thing, 3. And for that multiple of 3, I am going to add constant 2. So this is our general term of this number pattern. So what you have to do is very simple thing, right? What you have to do is very simple thing. This is the original number pattern. Find the common difference, right? So you will be having a number and take it as a multiple of that number, right? And add those subtract the missing part to obtain the original number pattern. Then you can obtain this. Done, right? So that's how we are going to do it. Right? Right. Okay, fourth one. Goodness. Fourth one. Right? 2 upon 3 divided by 1 upon 2 multiplied by 4 upon 5. Right? So, how to simplify this? If anything is not clear, please let me know in the chat or you can ask. Right? Please pardon me, sir. So please could you please repeat the previous question? So on and so forth. You can answer. Right. Okay. So this is bonus. How to apply the bonus? Bracket of division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. Bracket of division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. Right. So first of all, do you have brackets? Yes, we have it. I'm going to simplify this bracket until no bracket is there. That means until it becomes a single fraction or single value, I'm going to simplify inside this bracket. I'm not going to touch this part. I'm not going to touch this fraction and this division until my bracket is vanished, right? So equal mark. This equal mark is very important. Don't capitalize it. Right? 2 upon 3. 2 upon 3 division brackets, right? So I am going to rewrite it and I am going to simplify. So you can see the denominator and the numerator. This is multiples of 2, right? 2 and 4, right? So I'm going to simplify 2 times 1, 2 times 2, right? 1 times 2, 2, 1 times 5, 5. Now this is a single fraction. Single fraction. Now we will use bracket any. Right? So the equal mark 2 upon 3 division. Bracket part is okay. Go on. Do you have off? No. Do you have divisions? Yes, we have. So I am going to do the division part. 2 upon 3. Division can be converted into what operation? Which operation? Division can be converted in which operation? None of you are talking. Yes, I know you know this one, right? So I'm going to convert this division into multiplication. But when you are converting this division into multiplication, the right hand side fraction, whatever to the right hand side fraction? Take the reciprocal, right? Upside down, 5 upon 2. Take the reciprocal of this, 5 upon 2. And now simplify. 2 times 1, 2 times 1. 1 times 5, 5. 3 times 1, 3. This is an improper fraction, right? Improper fraction. So keep it as n what? Mixed number, right? Mixed number. So denominator is same. How to fill the whole number part? How to fill the whole number part? You are going to find out how many 3's are there for 5. How many 3's are there for 5? Right? There is only one 3, right? 1. Whole number is 1. 3 times 1, 3. What is the missing? Missing part. 3 times 1, 3. 3 plus 2, 5. So numerator is 2. 3 times 1, 3. 3 plus 2, 5. Perfect. So this should be your answer. Right? So division part is okay. Multiplication part is also okay. And no addition, no subtraction. Right? That's how we are going to do it in a sequence, right? In a sequence. Hope you got this. So you can ask for me. Right. Interesting. Fifth one. Right? Fifth one. Find the value of R when C is equal to 88 and phi is equal to 22 upon 7. In the formula, C equals 25R. Right. Now that here you have C equals 25R. They are asking the value of R. They are asking the value of R. R equals what? So you need to understand. R should be the subject to find the value of R, right? To find the value of R must be the subject. There are two ways. To do this, right? So first of all, you can just substitute the value and find what is your R. Right? I will do it by using that way. Right? They have given C equals 88. Right? C equals 88. This is 2. Multiply by 5 means 22 upon 7. 22 upon 7. Right? Multiply by radius. Right? Right. Okay. That's fine. How to make sure that R is the subject? Now, when you are finding an answer for this one, don't put answers like this at the end. I have seen it. Right? R equals 7. When you solve this equation, right? When you solve this equation, you cannot keep your answer in this method. This is, yes, you can put, make a campaign. This is ugly. This is not the standard way. This is not the standard way. Your subject should be in your left hand side. So make sure finally you will keep your answer in this way. R equals 7. I have explained you an example. When you are providing an answer for an unknown term at the end of the question, right? You need to keep your answer in the standard method, right? Because in the A levels, after A levels, you are going to the university, right? In that step also, you are keeping the answer like this standard method, not this. Ugly. Like if you are planning to do combined mathematics, right? Combined maths, right? Bio in your A levels, don't keep your answers like this. Ugly. Not the standard way. Standard way is this. Right. So how to make sure you are in the left hand side? Very easy. Now take these balance. This is the left hand side of the balance and the right hand side of the balance. I'm going to rotate. I'm going to take this in my left hand side. I'm going to write the same thing here. Right. Same terms. R, that is what I need to find. Right? That is, this R needs to be found out. R here, 22 upon 7 here, 2 here, left hand side. Right? 88 in my right hand side. Nothing has happened. This is totally correct. Two sides of the balance, I have rotated. Right? Weight, right? Weight of 500 grams. 500 grams of carrot. I am going to rotate. Now carrot in this side, 500 grams in this side. Nothing would happen. Perfectly correct. Same thing as done. I have rotated. Right. Now my R subject is in my left hand side. R is in my left hand side, the unknown term. Now very easy. Now do the things. First of all, I am going to remove this 7. Right? So I am going to multiply both sides by 7 times 1. 7 times 1. Now I have R multiplied by 22 multiplied by 2 is equal to 88 multiplied by 7. Now I am going to remove 22 and 2. 22 and 2. So how you are going to do? Just divide both sides by 22 multiplied by 2. I am going to divide both sides by 22 by 2. Right? 2 times 1, 2 times 1, 22 times 1, 22 times 1. So R is the only thing remaining. Right? So now find the value of R. Right? 22 times 1, 22 times 4. 2 times 1, 2 times 2. 2 times 7, 40. Right? 14, no need to put actually the units because they haven't given you units. Okay? Yes, they haven't given you any unit, so no need to put unit. So R is equal to 40. R is equal to 40. right? There are easy ways that there are some easy ways to get this answer, right? R equals 40, but for now that is not needed. There are several ways that you can use in order to get the final answer of this, right? Right. So we have to move to the sixth one. Right, sixth one. Right, sixth one. Simplify 2a to the power minus 4 multiply 3 times a to the power 4. 3 times a to the power 4. Right. So how to do this? Or make it up. Right? How to do this? Right? Very important thing. So first of all, when you are here, if you have these kind of things, right? You need to pick the number values first. The numbers first. Keep that in your mind. You are going to simplify numbers first. Right? Or you are going to simplify signs first. First of all, look at the signs. Right? This is positive 2a. This is positive 3a. All are positive. So no need to worry at all. If you have negative sign, there is a problem. That means you have positive times negative, negative. That is an example. But here you have all the things are positive. But powers negative. Powers is a different story. But the bases are positive. So no need to worry at all. Numbers first. Equal mark. 2 times 3. 6. Right? Now you have base A, right? If you have the base A, so I would write them as a to the power minus 4, a to the power positive 4, right? Now by using the indices of knowledge, right? Knowledge of loss of indices, right? By using the knowledge of loss of indices, how do you do this? A to the power minus 4, a to the power plus 4. A to the power minus 4, a to the power plus 4. Base are same, right? Bases are same, but the signs of the powers are different, right? So you are going to end it. Minus 4, right? Minus 4 plus 4, right? Minus 4 and 4, right? Now, here the important thing. What is the important thing? Same number with different signs, right? Same number with different signs. When you have same numbers with different signs, what would they have? Minus 4 plus 4. This is something like I have 4 apples. I have 4 apples. Now think, I am going to give you that 4 apples. Now, how many apples are with you? That is like positive 4. Giving means positive, right? I am giving 4 apples to you. Giving positive, positive 4. I am going to take that 4 apples again from you. That is negative 4. Negative 4. Giving 4 apples, taking back 4 apples. How many apples are left with you? 0, right? 0. So the value should be 0. That means cancel out, cancel out. 0. So same thing here, right? Negative 4, positive 4. Right? So the answer is 6 times a to the power 0. Can anyone tell me right? What is the value of a to the power 0? What is the value of a to the power 0? When to net, right? Occom by line, right? Occom by line, out can uttari. What is the value of a to the power 0? Tell me, kiyan. Mata hamme diyan. I feel lazy. Right? None of you. What is the value of a to the power 0? What is the value of a to the power 0? Kiyan. Excellent. I got an answer. Yes, right? Yes. One. No need to think too much, right? Except 0, right? Anything to the power 0 is 1, right? What is the value of 100? 100 to the power 0. What is the value of this? 100 to the power 0. Can anyone tell me what is the value of 100 to the power 0? Right? So, thank you, Anna, for giving me the answer, right? Great. Right? So, what is the value of 100 to the power 0? What it would be? Tell me. Don't think too much. Right. කවුරුත් උත්තර නොදීමෙන් පෙනියන්නේ බැරි බවයි, right? 100 to the power 0, 1. Right? Don't think too much. 1. What is the value of 100,000 to the power 0? What is the value of 100,000 to the power 0? Okay, yes, I'm ready with the price. Smile me say here. Yeah. Anna, yes. Thanks. Great. 1. 100,000 to the power 0, 1. So, what is the answer? 2 times x times y whole thing to the power 3. 2 times x times y whole thing to the power 3. What is the answer? 2 times x times y whole thing to the power 0. Complete entire thing to the power 0. Okay, I have given an answer. Yes. No need to think too much. Yes, answer is 1. Anything to the power 0 except 0 is 1. Right? Anything to the power 0 except 0 is 1. Right? So these things are fundamentals to the right? They are fundamentals. So you need to definitely know. Most of the grade 10 and 11 ILR still do not know what are these things. Right? So that is one of the main reasons that I have started a free paper class for you guys as well. So that you can sharpen your knowledge when you are going to grade 9, grade 10 and grade 11. Hello. Some of you might not know these things. Still, hello. Right? Some of you are missing the basic things of mathematics, fundamental things of mathematics. That is the case. You do not study at home, right? That is not a fault of the teachers. Able to kill, but you do not know how to get it to your mind, right? And you are not going to study them hard at home. That is the main thing that you are doing. Well, again, TikTok, Facebook, but you never study these things. Fundamentals. Without these things, you can't even think about doing combined maths, bio, right, commerce, and so on and so forth in your levels. You will not be able to be an engineer anymore. Doctor, no, right? Please get to know these things at home, right? So the final answer 6 multiplied by a to the power 0 is 1. Right? So final answer is 6. Right? Verify your answer by using double dash, always, and the by using double dash, and D. Verify your answer. So you are telling your teacher, teacher, this is my final answer. Maybe, right? Your examiner knows this is your final answer when you are putting double dash like this. Right? Please be mindful when you are doing the things. Right? If you know these things, right, you can get an A pass easily for mathematics, right? Nothing. Game of man. Right. Okay. Next one. Find the factors. Ah, nice. Factorization. Quadratic expression factorization. Most of you are doing it wrong. X squared minus 5x minus 36. Right? Minus 5x minus 36. How to do this? One way. How to factorize this? You need to make sure that you have two factors here. Two factors here. Right? First of all, you are going to split your middle term into two terms, right? Middle term into two terms. Right? If you want to factorize it. So what are the suitable two numbers you are going to split off? Right? What are the two numbers you are going to choose here? Right? So the numbers that you are going to choose, right, should give minus 5x when you are adding. Right? If you are going to add the two numbers, right, these are the two numbers. If you add these two numbers, you need to obtain minus 5x. Right? If you add these two numbers. Right? If you multiply these two numbers, you need to obtain initial term into last term. Initial term multiplied by last term. 36 x squared. Right? Positive 36. Right? So that's it. What are the two suitable numbers that you are going to put in? Right? When you add the two numbers, you need to obtain minus 5. When you multiply the same two numbers, you need to obtain 36. Positive 36. Right? Can we do that? Can you do that? How? Let's see. Uh, 2 times 18, right? 3 times 12. 36. Right? 2 times 18, 3 times 12, 4 times 9. Right? 4 times 9. Are there any other things? Right? 5 times something? No. 6 times something? Yes. 6 times 6. Right? So these are the numbers that you can compare. Right? And 1 times 30. These are the possible set of numbers, right, that you can put. I have received an answer. Well, yeah, Anna is saying yes, 9 and 4. Yes, super, great. Yeah, right. So here, when it comes to this part, 2 and 80, 2 times 80, 36. Right? Yes, you can obtain. But if you subtract it, 18 minus 2, 18 minus 2, 16, right? So if you subtract or anything, you will not get minus 5. So this is not. 3 times 12 is 36. Right? When you multiply 3 and 2, multiply these two numbers, you will get 36. But subtract 12 minus 3. Or 12 plus 3, 50. No, this minus 5 cannot be okay. This is not suitable. 12 minus 3 is also 9. I will go for this one. 6 times 6, 36. 6 minus 6 or 6 plus 6? No. You cannot obtain minus 4. This is not suitable. 1 times 36? Ah, yes, 36 is there. Right? If you add them together, 1 plus 36, 37. No. you cannot get -5. If you sum 36 minus 1, 35. No, this is not 35. You cannot even think about this one. The only thing is 4 and 9. Right? So 4 and 9 should come here. And how you are going to decide the signs of that? How you are going to decide the sign? The most critical point. Right? That is the point you are going to mess it up. Right? How to choose the number and how to choose the sign? How to choose the sign? Yes. Right? So this is not positive 36 now. This is negative 36, right? Here negative and negative. I have done something wrong. Negative 36. This should be negative 36, right? Right. 9 and 4. Right. When you multiply, it should give you negative 36. If I am multiplying two numbers, right? If I am multiplying two numbers together, how would I get a negative number as the result? So two numbers, sign convention. So one number should be positive, the other number should be negative. Alright, positive into negative, negative. Oh, vice versa thing is also okay, right? Negative and positive, same thing. So if you are multiplying, yes, one number should be positive, the other number should be negative. So it might be right 4 or it might be 9. One of these two can be negative, one of these two can be positive. We are going to choose that. Now, you need when you are adding these two numbers, you need to obtain negative one. You need to obtain negative one, right? If you want to obtain negative one, when you are adding two different numbers, you need to get the result as negative one. So definitely your biggest number should be negative. 4 and 9. What is the biggest number? Biggest number is 9. So 9 should be negative, 4 should be positive. Right? So if you add 9 plus 4, you will end up with negative 5. Right? For an example, there are 9 girls and there are 4 boys. What would happen? 4 boys get 4 girls and ran away. How many girls are there left? 5 girls. Girls with 5 girls. 5 negative. Right? Negative 5. Right? So negative 5 can be obtained if you add these two numbers. 4 boys plus 9 girls. Right. So negative 5. Great. So I am going to split my middle term into two terms. I am going to split my middle term into two terms by using this one and this. So how? Equal now x to the power 2, right? Plus 4. That means positive 4x, negative 9x, negative 36. So I am going to factorize this by considering this term and this term. X is common. I would take it out from the bracket. Right? So if I take x from x to the power 2, the remaining term is x. Here, only one x is there. If I am taking it out from the bracket, only plus 4 is there. Now you need to be very little bit cunning. To be a little bit cunning in this point. So if you obtain this x plus 4, you need to definitely form x plus 4 here inside the bracket if you want to factorize it. If you want to factorize it, you need to definitely form this x plus 4 by using this term and this term. Right? How to form x plus 4? By using this term and this term inside the bracket. What is the common term? You are going to take it out. That is the important thing. Negative sign, negative sign. Negative sign is common for both terms. Take negative sign out. Right? Take negative sign out. If I want to make sure that x is the only term left here, what is the common value that I need to take out from that? I'm going to take 9 out from the bracket because 9 is a common term for this one and this one. So that 9 times 4, 36. Right? If I take 9 out from 36, that means I am going to divide this 36 by 9. It's a common term. Right? 36 divided by 9 is 4. Right? So this negative term becomes positive. This negative becomes positive because we have taken negative sign out. That is sign conversion. If you are taking this negative sign out, right, it automatically becomes positive here. Right? It automatically becomes positive here. Right? Then x plus 4 common, x plus 4 common, take it out from the bracket. X plus 4, right? Take it out from the bracket. Right? If you cover x plus 4, what is the rest? X. Open bracket, x. Right? Here, you are going to cover x plus 4. What is the rest? Minus 9. Right? Minus 9. So, definitely this should be the answer. Negative minus. Okay, great. That's how you are going to do that. Right? Latecomer is here. I Vidushan. Another class. Right? Right. So that is yes, that is 7th class. I forgot to put.
Sorry, sir. I was a little late because I was at a party.
Oh, yeah. Noted, noted. Right. So, yes, we are going to come to the page number 2. All right, nice one. Easy. Find the value of x in the given figure. So, you have an right angle triangle or something here, but we cannot say it as a right angle triangle because they haven't given it. So, and this is 3x, and this is 3x, and this is 2x, and this is x. So these angles magnitude have been given, right? 3x, 2x, and x. 3x, 2x, and x, right? So you know if you enter or if you get the sum of the interior angles, right? Interior angles of a triangle, it would equal to 180 degrees. So this is the theory that we are going to use in order to find the value of x, right? By using that, we are going to find the value of x. How to find? Right. So this is the way. X plus 2x plus 3x. These are interior angles of a triangle. And if you add them together, it would be equal to 180 degrees. This is something like apple plus 2 apple plus 3 apple. X plus 2x plus 3x. X plus 2x 3x, 3x plus 3x 6x. 6x is equal to 180 degrees. If you want to find the value of x, you are going to divide both sides by 6. 6 times 1, 6 times 1. X equals, right, 180 divided by 6. 30 degrees. Right? X equals 30 degrees. If they ask from you to find the value of 2x and value of 3x, what you are going to do? 2 multiplied by x. 2 multiplied by x means they haven't asked this, but I am going to explain it to you. 2 times 30. 60 degrees. Right? 3 times 6. 3 multiplied by 30 degrees. 90 degrees. Right? So if they ask from you to find the other values and still you have to use this method as well. Right? That is a complete task. Oh, nice one. Nice question. Expansion. X minus 3, 2 minus x. Now, you know how to remove the brackets. There are several ways to do this. I would do two methods. Your familiar method and easy way, but it is advanced. You know it already. Right? Right. Method one. This is the familiar method for you. I am going to rewrite the same thing again so that you can understand. X minus 3, 2 minus x. So what you are going to do basically, you are going to remove the bracket, right? Remove the brackets and you are going to simplify the like terms and get the final answer. The quadratic expression, right? Those are the steps. Remove bracket. If you have like terms, simplify them, then get the final answer. Right? I'm going to remove bracket. Right? So first of all, I will choose x and I'm going to multiply this bracket by using x. Okay, 2 minus x. X times 2 minus x. Now I have here minus. By using minus 3, I am going to remove the bracket from here. Okay. Multiply this bracket. Minus 3 multiplied by 2 minus x. 2 minus x. Right. So now I will tell you a way, right, to simplify this. First of all, simplify the signs. Right? Do you have something like this? First of all, simplify the sign when you are going to remove the bracket. Right? When you are removing bracket, removing brackets. Right? First of all, remove the signs. First of all, remove the signs. Right? Okay, side of is also here, right? But it will like right? Second one, first of all, you are going to remove the brackets. Sorry, yes, if you are removing brackets, you are going to multiply the signs, then multiply the numbers. And at the third point, then multiply the terms, algebraic terms. Right, algebraic terms. So this is the way you need to follow. This is the way you need to follow. Right? First, when you are removing the brackets, first simplify the signs, then numbers, then algebraic terms. So you will end up with the correct answer only. Right. So first of all, signs. I'm going to remove the brackets by using x. This one and this one and this one and this one. Right? So x is, what is the sign of x? Can anyone tell me what is the sign of x? What is the sign of x? Can anyone tell me? At once. Tell me fast, fast. Wait. I need your support. What is the sign of x? No one? Sign of x. Sign. positive. This is positive sign, right? In front of x, there is a positive sign, but you cannot see it. It is the natural sign. Positive. We are not going to write it. Right? Positive sign. It is hidden here. Hidden. I have received an answer. I will see it later, right? Check it later, right? Positive. What is the sign of this two? Number two. What is the sign of this two? Number two. These things are very critical for you guys, right? They are important. Right? Yes, Anna. Yes. I think I am pronouncing your name correctly. Okay, right? Anna, right? Anna, right? I do not know. Right? Right? I think, right? I am pronouncing your name correctly. Anna, right? So yes, it is plus. And what is the sign of two? Sign of two. You can't see it, and it is in. That is the natural sign. Positive. Positive into positive, positive. So no need to worry at all. Right? No need to worry at all. Equal mark, important. Positive into positive, positive. I am not going to put that. X into 2. X into 2, x2. X into 2, x2. Not going to write like that. Katai. Ugly. X into 2, x2, not x2, but 2x. X into 2, x2, 2x. Number first, then algebraic term. Standard way. 2x. Positive into negative. Positive into negative. Positive into negative. What is the sign? Positive into negative. You will end up with negative. Negative. X into x. X into x. X to the power 2. X square. Right? X to the power 2. Same thing. Right? I am going to do here. Here you have negative 3. Negative 3. First multiply this number and this by this. Then 7. And that is how I am going to simplify the bracket. Negative into positive. Negative. Right? Negative. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 2, 6. And then negative into negative, positive. Negative into negative, positive. 3 times 6, 3. Right? Negative into positive, negative. 3 times 2, 6. Negative into negative, positive. 3 times x, 3x. Right? 3x. Right. And I told you, now brackets have been removed. Brackets have been removed. Right? Brackets have been removed. And now find the like terms and give the final answer. Right? Okay. What are the like terms? Like terms means apple, apple. Apple, apple. Right? So, right? Apple, apple. Apple, apple means daslam, daslam. Right? Papaya, papaya. Right? Pineapple, pineapple. Annasi, annasi. Right? Those are all like terms. Right? Apple, apple. Apple, apple. Right? Papaya, papaya. Pineapple, pineapple. So on and so on. Do we have like apple terms here? Right? Oh, apple dudam. Apple dudam is there. Different terms, unlike terms. But do you have apple terms? Yes, make 2x and 3x. 2x and 3x. Like terms. What are the sign? 2x means plus 2x, right? 2 apples plus 3 apples, 5 apples. 5x. Right? Only x to the power term remains here. Only one. And constant, only one. But this is not the standard way you are going to write. But this is not the standard way you are going to write. What is the standard? Standard way is this. This is negative x squared. So take it to the front because that is the highest power of x. Then 5x. 5x means it is positive 5x. Then negative 6. Then negative 6. This is the standard method, but this answer is also correct. This is perfect. This one is perfect if you can arrange it in the quadratic expression form. This is the form of the quadratic expression. Right? If you can remember quadratic expressions general form ax squared plus bx plus c. This is the general form of the quadratic expression, if you can remember. So x squared term should be here at the first place, then x term should be here, then the constant. You need to understand the logic behind that. This is the logic. Alright? This is the logic. I hope you got something from this. Alright? Right. Okay, okay. So I'm going to end the discussion from here to, right? If you get this point correctly and if you understand this point correctly, that is super. Right? So that means I have discussed more than 15 questions now. Right? That means, but actually I have discussed 9 questions. Right? I have given you a lot of knowledge within these 9 questions. Right? It is like more than 18 questions or 15 questions. Okay. So that yes, I'm going to end the class from here today. Right. So let's meet in next week. If you have any questions, you can ask from me and text to my WhatsApp number. Right. WhatsApp number is on the first page. Right. Maybe in another lesson, but yes. Right. Okay, so good night and stay safe. Let's meet in next week and let's do the rest of the paper in next week. Right. So this is how the discussion is done. You need to write all the missing points from your knowledge. Or make it. Right. Okay, goodbye and good night. Stay safe. Right. Let's meet in next week.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome.